People join.
Until people come in. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And they'll say, you know, where they're from and that kind of stuff. It's just chit-chatty stuff till people join us.
What's the angel on the back there? Who's the angel?
Oh, that's one of Eleanor's patterns.
So cute.
Yeah. Yep.
Lovely.
That's an Eleanor Peace Bailey pattern. And then, I don't have it.
Do you still have Fifi?
Yes. Yes.
Does she still go around? I know you're not going on tour at the moment, but does she still go out and about?
Yes. Yes, but we need some place to go. So Gracie wants us to continue. Remember how we were planning our trip to South Africa?
Yes.
Let's continue planning. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's plan that again. But when it's
gone.
Yes. Okay. Hi, Christy Lee. Christy says hi, Sophie. Carolyn says hi everyone. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Sue. Hi, Francis. Hi, Mary. Hi, Leilani. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Cindy Gygax says hello. Hi, Rondi. Gosh, we got quite a few.
Everybody.
Okay, so just so you know, this is Sophie standing, and she is one of the most fabulous textile artists that I know. So we would like to welcome you to. Corey just said hello from California. She's signed up for your workshop.
Fantastic.
And Dorothy is, and oh gosh, there's so many.
Dorothy.
We've got from Colorado. Hi, Emma. Hi, Jody. Hi, Ada. Hi, Mary Beatty. So we'd like to welcome you.
Lots of people already.
Yes,
cool.
already.
Brilliant.
And it takes a few minutes for everybody to get the notice that we've gone live. But so we'd like to welcome everybody to Fabric Chicks Live at noon. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We either do demos or interviews or something exciting. So hi, Ann. Hi, Laura. Gosh, there's so many of you. It's really, it's
you
kind
do
of
this 3 days a week. That's a lot, Beth.
I know, but you know what? We're all at home with COVID. So, well, because of COVID, not with COVID, but so I just want to clarify that. So it kind of helps everybody connect and keeps our brains going and keeps us creative and keeps us doing things. So yeah, we do it 3 days a week. Yeah.
And do you do a different theme each day?
Yes, unless I am too busy, because I also run a shop and have children and, live life. So if I'm too busy, sometimes I do repeat things. But a lot of times the ladies don't really notice because you get excited and you order the stuff. But by the time it gets to you in the mail, you forgot you even ordered it. So now you
order it again.
Pressure. Yes. Hi, Kathleen. She said
clever marketing.
Yes, very clever marketing. All right. So, Judy's from Canada. We've got people from all over. This is really kind of exciting. Okay. So I'd like to welcome you, Sophie. And if you're watching, this is kind of an informal interview because here at Fabric Chicks, we don't really know how to be formal. We just like to have a good time and enjoy what we do. So Sophie, you're from you're British born, but you're from Kenya at the moment. Well, actually for 18 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've originally born in England. I'm British, and I've lived in Africa for about 18 to 20. Well, visiting for 20 years, but I've been living for 18 years. So in South Africa, I was living in South Africa for a while, and actually it's more than that. It must be 20. Because Sammy's just turned 10. So we've been in Kenya for 10 years. Or 11 years.
Right.
I felt pregnant here.
With
Sammy. So 11 years in Kenya. It's not often I have to count how many years I've been somewhere. So quite a long time in Africa. But Kenya for the last 11 years. Yeah.
Perfect. And so I love you as I love you as a person too. You are one of the funnest people to spend time with. If you guys are looking for a wild night, Sophie is the one to go out with.
And Beth. The combination's quite good, actually, Beth and Sophie.
Yes. We did have a few adventures. Although I did not jump on the back of a motorcycle with some random strange guy. I'm just saying. I have some limits.
He was very safe. He was very safe guy.
Sure. Well, at least you got back in one piece. That's all I can say. But I was a little bit
loud on his speakers, so that was quite cool. And we saw raccoons.
Yes.
Across the road.
Which is why we had to do a raccoon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So you have kind of developed your own style of textile art. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm a quilt shop owner, so I market to quilters. But what you do is you're not making a quilt for the bed. You're doing a piece of artwork for the wall primarily, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I think kind of the first ones that I did, how I got into doing this, I was actually making clothes in South Africa. And I'd always collected Liberty fabrics and Cave fabrics. I'd always been a fabric lover. So I had huge stashes of fabric and my sewing machine. And I just started experimenting because I used to do a lot of hand embroidery and cross stitch. So I had a hoop and I would put the fabric in the hoop, which, it kept it nice and taut. And so doing little doodles on dresses and skirts, which is what I used to do sometimes on some of the clothes I was making to sell. It kept it nice and taut. And then one of the owners of one of the clothes shops said, can I do some artwork for the walls? I said, what kind of artwork? What do you mean? Said, well, you sometimes sew little pictures on the dresses and the skirts that you make. Maybe you could do something bigger for the walls of the shop. So I was just experimenting with that and using my love of fabrics, of textiles and thread and color and combining that with my love of wildlife. It kind of, that all just fused together. And it wasn't something that I necessarily intended to do. It just sort of happened. And through someone saying, oh, that's nice. Could you maybe try and do some birds for me? And then later on, someone said, oh, could you do an elephant? I was like, oh, gosh, okay, give that a go. Just experimenting. And I think that's what all forms of artwork are, whether it, all forms of arts and crafts and fine art is all about experimenting and finding your way with the materials and the inspiration that you love, whether it's wildlife or flowers or people doing landscape pictures. So that's how it's kind of progressed. And I think you obviously you fine tune things and you find things that you particularly love about the thing that you do, and just get more and more in depth and in tune to what you're doing.
Right. Okay, wait, I hate to interrupt you, but we have a whole conversation going on about whether that is a schnauzer on the wall behind you, a dingo dog, or a hyena.
Oh, no, it's a wild dog.
Okay. Yes.
It's a wild dog drawing I did. He was the alpha male of a pack. Wild dogs are very endangered in Africa. Sometimes they're called painted dogs. And he was the alpha male of a pack that he's probably about an hour and a half up the road, the conservancy. But sadly, he died along with there were only two left from the whole pack, two females. They all died of canine distemper about 4 years ago. But the pack is rebuilt and more males have come in. And actually 2 females then became the alpha females and they had loads of pups and they're doing really well. They're very strong now. So that was a drawing I did of the alpha male.
Oh, perfect. So how
Does
did
that help
you?
the conversation?
So how did you get into art? Did you go to art school? Were you just born creative and it's a natural ability and you're just amazing, or have you had schooling or?
I think kind of everything in a way, in the sense that I never wanted to do anything else. Did not enjoy any form of school apart from art. It's all I did. And at home, from a very young age, actually my first job when I was 13 was working in a craft shop, selling all the DMC threads and the little animal kits where you make the fluffy animal. And I worked there every Saturday from the age of 13 for about 2 years. And I was always doing arts and crafts, so it was inevitable that I was going to go down that line. I do remember my father saying to me that you have to be extremely talented artist to make a living from being an artist. And so he tried to steer me away from doing a fine art degree. He said I should do something a lot more constructive, and the word craft is a weird word. It comes up with a lot of different imagery, but yeah, more of a craft thing. So my degree was wood, metal, ceramics, and textiles. So I would be, in the forge with the blowtorch annealing metal, or I'd be on the wooden lathe making a wooden bowl. In the ceramics, we were on the wheel, we were doing slip casting, hand building. So it was all very much geared to production and business and making a living out of being an artist, but actually making things for people to buy. So that was the course I did, and I specialized in textiles and ceramics. So I think the course gave me quite a good insight in it, not necessarily business, but just a kind of way of designing things and gearing things. But then I followed a man around the world and ended up in Africa. And that's when I started making clothes. I had my grandmother's old Benina sewing machine I took with me, and started making clothes with all this fabric that I just collected. Like it was sort of like a kid in a sweet shop when I went into a shop like Liberty's or any quilting shop. So I always collected it, not really knowing what I was going to do with it. Yeah. Does that answer the question? I'm rabbiting on.
Nope, that totally answers the question. Okay, so ladies, if you have any questions, you can just type them in, and we will surprise Sophie with whatever questions you come up with. But so, do you think, for those that might be interested in taking, because I have a lot of quilters that are more traditional, most of the people that follow me are more artistic, but we do, I mean, because of COVID, our viewers have increased greatly. So we do have a lot more traditional quilters than we used to. But do you think this is something that a traditional quilter could do, or do you think that they have to have some kind of art background, or could a beginner do a project like the links that we're doing in February?
Yes. I definitely do. I think just because you're a quilter doesn't mean you're not artistic, and the fact that you're already playing about with colors of fabrics and placing them next to each other, and obviously will have a good eye for color. The fact that they can not just sew in a straight line the pieces together, but they're obviously used to doing the quilting, the tops. And they're obviously proficient with a machine. I mean, I think that's key to it, really. You've got to be able to manipulate your hands to form a circle or a straight line or various stitches. The only thing I would say about sometimes with quilters, I often say just don't be neat when you're doing thread painting. Really just get nice and scribbly and scratchy and draw. So all the time in my workshops, I'm talking about practicing and experimenting. Get a piece of canvas, put it in a hoop, and just practice freeing up. Have a glass of wine if you want.
Right.
It's about experimenting. And I think so often with workshops, people put too much pressure on themselves that this has got to be perfect and it's going to be framed above the mantelpiece, or in the hallway as you walk in. But it's not. It should be something that should probably stay in your studio and be something for you to look back on the next time you do another animal, or you want to do your cat. So you can go, oh, well, I quite like the way I did the ears. I really achieved a good fur-like thing, but the nose was terrible. So next time, I think I'll do it this way, and that might work better. And that's what all these courses and workshops are about having a go and freeing up. And I think it's easier actually doing an online workshop to relax and play and practice, because you've got no one sitting next to you to compare your work to.
Right.
And you can't just say, oh, but that's it, I'm not doing it for a day, I'm going to go shopping. Or, well, no, not shopping. We're not shopping at the moment, are we? Go watch a Netflix series or read a book or do something else and come back later. Whereas when you're in a workshop and you've only got 4 days with a tutor, there's so much pressure on you to get it right and be as quick as everyone and be as good as everybody else. And I like the fact that in a workshop like this online, you can take your time and experiment and redo things and rewatch the videos, because it's is there for you to rewatch 20 times the same video if you want to, which I think is brilliant.
Well, and what I find when I'm teaching is that a lot of students want the very first time they ever do a new technique to be their final product. But when you did lots of textile art pieces before you really got to where you felt that they were excellent pieces of work.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of practice.
Yeah,
like anything.
And some of the pieces I've done in the past, I just would not want to show you or look at myself even. But I'm sure everybody, if you're talking about those, traditional quilters, I'm sure they would feel the same about the first or second quilt they ever made. And, you get more and more proficient at something the more you do. That's, with everything. And I'm learning all the time. I'm learning different things and just doing a lynx. Okay, I've done other cats, but I've never done a lynx before. And every piece is different, and you're experimenting every time. It's like when I did that first elephant, they didn't just want an elephant, they wanted an elephant kicking up dust. I mean, for goodness sake, how am I going to create dust with fabric and thread? I could have painted it on, but I didn't want to. I wanted to push myself. But I didn't just, I experimented. I didn't do it straight away on the original. I'd finished the elephant. So yeah, I got a bit of canvas and I put it in a hoop, and I experimented and played with different ways that I could create, dust and gravel flicking up under his foot. And that's how art should be: experimenting and testing and pushing yourself and trying out new things. And, if it doesn't work the first time, try again. And what's great about textile art is you can just put another piece of fabric over the top. So again, no unpicking. You can't unpick those crazy stitches on these animals. Right. It just takes too long.
Well, Mary wants to know, have you ever participated in wearable art shows?
No, never.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Push yourself.
I've seen pictures of them. There was an amazing one that they do in Australia. Incredible gowns and hats and everything, all made out of textile art. Yeah, fascinating.
Right. And Cindy Gygax says, can you show us a lynx that you might have done? Or maybe it doesn't have to be a lynx, but maybe there might be something sitting behind you could show us of your artwork. I know. Cindy Gygax, she has like laser vision. She could see it behind
laser vision. Is she the same one that spotted the dog in the background?
Oh, no, that was Ian.
So this lion, most of it is applique still. Can you see it clearly?
Yep. Here, wait, I'm going to make you big. Hang on a second.
Am I big enough? Or should we turn my screen around?
Yeah, turn your screen around.
Okay. Bear with me a minute.
All right. Sorry, girls. We're not professional videographers. We just do the best we can.
It's just where my camera is. If it's like this, I tend to not be looking at you. But
yeah, I have no idea where to look most of the time.
Okay. It's better. You can see the scale of it as well. So this is, no, wrong way for the camera. This is a male lion that I'm doing. Most of it is still applique. Let me show you the applique. And then I've just sewn, but I haven't done, I've still got a lot to do on this. I've just done some of the rough details, but you can see even, just a little line.
Right. Gives it so much depth.
Sometimes you don't have to do too much. And then here that, in other places, there's lots and lots of the darker gray, and here loads of it.
And what kind of threads do you use? What do you prefer?
I like 100% cotton. I used to use a long time ago DMC cotton threads, the embroidery threads, but now I use all Aurifil threads.
Wait, show us the eye again. Show us the eye again. Oh, that is incredible. That's all thread in there, right?
Yeah, all thread.
That is
lots of different colors. I can show you the back. Actually, if you see the back, you can see how much thread there is. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Turn that the right way.
Beautiful both square sides.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a piece of artwork on both sides.
Yeah. Andre, actually, my husband loves the backs of them.
Yes.
So, yeah. And now
Laura Tawny says she loves how you create the eyes of your animals.
Thank you. Thank you. And you know, when I'm doing these things, I generally try not to, I'm trying to get it in the right place. It's all back to front. I generally try not to put all the big flowers on the face. You know, you can put flowers like this, but it's a slightly muted color. I leave most of the crazy stuff further around the body so that it doesn't distract too much from facial, you know, from the faces.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Because the
So,
smaller
you can have all these
more of a solid,
crazy bold things, but I wouldn't necessarily put this on a cheek.
right? It would be distracting.
Yeah.
Do you use embroidery thread?
Do I use what?
Embroidery thread.
Like hand embroidery thread?
Yeah. I don't think you do. I think you use 50%, 50 weight cottons.
Yeah, all this.
And then what do you use for your backgrounds?
So that's all my threads over there.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that so pretty? It's like a candy shop. Look at, you have like eight different whites.
These are paintings that my son did of butterflies.
Oh,
he hasn't quite finished the green one, but Sammy, he's 10. He did those for me.
Those are great.
Yeah. So
yes, and it's all cotton thread. She only used cotton, no rayons, no nothing, just cotton. And you don't necessarily like variegated threads, do you? Because you like to be able to control where the color's going.
Yeah, because you know, with a variegated thread, you're gonna want to have white where you want that white, or pink where you want that pink. And if you've got a thread that's going from pink to white, I guarantee the pink is going to come up where the white should be, and vice versa. So that it just gets really frustrating. I can never get it in the right place. And I have variegated threads, and I've used them for quilting, for doing quilt tops, but not for doing not for doing this. It can be so precise where you want that particular tone or color, that I just don't use them. Can I turn my screen around? I can't see you now.
Okay.
I feel weird talking to myself.
I know. Okay, so here, I'm going to take you off being big. Okay, there you go. Now everybody who's watching you behind me is like all scattering. They don't want to be in the picture. Are you getting all dizzy, everybody? I'm sorry. No, they're fine. They're used to it. If they watch us at all, they're used to being dizzy. Cynthia would like to know, how did you create the dust for the elephant?
Can I remember? The background was obviously cream canvas, and I used very, very small prints. So something like this. Let me just grab some fabric. So something like this, like these kind of fabrics. I did little bits, and then this is one I actually got from Beth. I was saying to her earlier, it's one of my favorite fabrics, this one. And these two are Liberties. So these kind of fabrics, and then I don't think I was using friction pens back there. It was probably about 10 or 11 years ago. But I did with a pencil little circles as sort of for movement. And then I sewed over those circles and stippled. I stippled these kind of fabrics so that they almost disappeared into the background and filtered out. Yeah, something like that.
And do you ever use different fabrics besides cottons?
I used to, you know, when I first started, I even used to put bits of towel in it and chiffon and all sorts of things. And I think that's what I mean about how you change. And I think all artists, because we're all artists, all of you ladies are artists, and you kind of get into certain things, and certain things work and certain things don't, or you just kind of go in that sort of direction and flow of creating in that way. So no, these days I only use cotton. And although I will use, you know, what's her name? I'm trying to think of the names of designers. I'm so bad at remembering it. It
will come to you.
Anne-Marie Horner. That's it. Although I
love her stuff. Yeah,
love it. I love it too. So I will do bits of hers. I might have some motive fabrics. I've got some like this Japanese one here. Let me just grab this one. So these kind of things I love too. So yeah, I use lots of different types. They're all cottons, but the majority of my fabrics are Liberty Tana Lawn and the Cave Facet Collective, Philip, Brandon, and Cave. They're the kind of main ones that I use, and then I just bring in other bits as I travel and collect things around the world when I travel. Yeah,
right. And you do have to be a collector, because when you get to working on your project, you have to have. I kind of consider the fabric as my paint palette, and if you have a selection to work from, you're kind of dead in the water.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I know we've talked about that before, Beth, that, you know, the way I work is like plopping down pieces of paint, blobs of paint each time.
Yeah.
You know, at the beginning, the applique is like paint, and then using the thread is all those fine detailed bits of painting. So yeah, you've got to be able to say, oh, I need something that's more muted. So like I'd grab something like this, that's, you know, like what I would call a salt and pepper, or something that's, you know, slightly larger print. And yeah, you have to have those, and you think, oh gosh, where have I put those ones? Right, that's in that cupboard over there, or in that box. And that's so important. But it's also the same with the threads as well, because no matter how many threads I have, I'm still writing to Oracle going, ooh, I need that weird kind of peachy mauve, like such a strange combination, but they have, some of their colors are so bizarre and unusual, and sometimes you just need that kind of muddy, earthy color that's like a shadowy color.
Right.
And, yeah, building up your stash, obviously you can't do it all at once, and I've been doing this kind of work for 11 years now, so it's been a process of but that's really important to have all types of prints.
Yes.
I think.
Well, and so do you always start on a canvas type fabric for your background?
Majority, I would say 90% of the time, yes. I have in the past done some pieces with quilting fabrics, and I don't actually know where I got it from. I think somebody found it in France and gave it to me as a gift, but it was a spray glue. It was like spray mount. You know, that lovely glue but it was a spray mount for fabric.
Right.
And so I was able to spray the back of this Liberty fabric and attach it to my canvas. And I was then still able to put the hoop in, and that worked really well. I find it very intense and a strain on my shoulders to do thread painting in this detail without a hoop. The hoop really helps me relax and just hold on to the hoop and just concentrate on one area. I've in the past, if I've tried to use a stabilizer, I find it, even with the grippy gloves, it's just something that I can't do with my work. Not to say that people can't,
right?
Because even in workshops, when I've been there in person for my workshops, some ladies who've maybe had arthritis and can't press the hoop have used a stabilizer and the sticky gloves, and that's just the way they work, and it works for them.
Right. It's all your own preference. You have to experiment and see what you like. Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then Judy wants to know, what sewing machine are you using?
At the moment, I'm using my HD9 heavy duty professional Janome. I bought this when I was in Australia. Do you want to see it?
Yes. Wait, I'm gonna make you big.
I'm gonna turn it the right way. My confusing
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's the HD9.
That's beautiful. Look at how wide your throat is.
Yeah, it's great. And it's got let me turn the light on. Sorry, excuse me. Look at the ceiling for a minute. It's got really nice, cool runway lights under the throat. It's brilliant. But this machine only does straight lines. It won't even do a zigzag. So don't buy it if you want any. It's an industrial mixed with a domestic. It only does a straight line.
Yes.
It will sew through 3 or 4 layers of denim or leather. It's really heavy duty. But then you change the base plate and the foot, and then you can do free motion.
Okay. And then Anne says her paint palette runneth over. I would probably have to agree with that, Anne. Rosie, don't worry, because after Sophie goes to bed, because it's pretty much the middle of the night for her, we're still going to have our celebration. So I hope you guys have fixed a snack. So I have some of the canvas on today's sale. Okay, and then another question we have is, how big of a hoop do you use?
Okay, my favorite hoops, I've got them right in front of me, the sizes, because I just ordered 2 more from the UK.
Okay.
So I have an 8-inch, and I think it's an 8-inch and a 10-inch. Let me just check the sizes. I've not used them yet, except weirdly they're called a number 6. random, and a number 5. I don't know why. It's an 8-inch. 8-inch and a 10-inch. They're my favorite.
And they're pretty low profile, right?
Yeah.
So that you can get it
these
under
ones
your
are nice
foot.
because they're actually very slim. I mean, my
Yes.
foot lifts up very high. I did have somebody recently complain that with their FAF machine, they can't get the hoop under without taking the foot off. If you have something like a FAF machine, then try and get a hoop that's got a thinner width. Then it'll slip under it nice and easily.
Perfect. And then
so 8-inch and 10-inch, but that does depend on the throat of your machine.
Yes.
This machine, I can, you know, there's no point having a big hoop if your throat, you can only get this far.
Right.
You know,
right.
That's pointless. I can get right across, but I do also, I work upside down, I work left to right, up to down, all over. And, you know, like you would when you're doing a quilt top, you know, I watch you ladies and I'm in awe of how you do those leaves and complicated quilting, beautiful Zentangle things, and you'll be twisting the hoop and changing and turning. Well, I do a similar kind of thing. So if I want to get to an area over here, but you know, my foot, the throat's in the way, then I just would turn it around and zigzaggy, stitchy fur this way or that way.
Right. And then what brand of hoop did you buy?
This one is a nurge. Weird word, huh? Let me find it. A nurge. It's a nurge. There you go. But the writing will be back to front, but it's a nurge, number 5.
Yeah,
can you see
perfect.
that?
Yep, we can see it, and it's going the right direction for us.
Because it's got a really, really thick, I really like the thickness of this. I have many of them, and some of them are quite thin. But because I use them, I mean, I'm sewing every day, 5 days a week. You know, this is my day job. So I have to, I've taken a long, you know, many, many years to find which one works for me. And because I'm taking them on and off all the time, I find that after a while, if it's thin metal, it does tend to bend a bit. So I finally found some that are incredibly thick, and they just do me a bit longer. I mean, they still, you know, wear and tear. I still have to buy new ones, hence these 2 new ones.
Right. Can you spell nurge for us?
Nurge. N-U-R-G-E. You liked that, Beth, didn't you?
Yeah.
Give it a go.
I didn't ask the question. Somebody else did. But okay. But I do like the word.
Nice word to say, actually. Have a go. Try said. It's nice.
Yeah. Nurge. Okay. So
it sounds
okay. So we have a couple of questions here. So I guess the people who have been kind of on the fence on whether to join the Links class in February, which they should just join because I told them to. But some people, you know, some of my followers are a little bit leery because they think it's going to be too hard. But like Cindy Gygax said earlier, she said if she could do it, anybody could do it. And we've done several retreats with you, and really and truly, people with no art experience, you know, traditional quilters have been very successful in this. But could you explain what? Sorry, I cut you off. Could you explain a little bit about how the class is going to work? Because, you know, for most of my followers, we've had you come and be in person mostly, or live Facebook when you didn't come in person. But
when I did 8 hours a day nocturnal like this.
Yes.
That was a bit crazy.
Oh, that was crazy, but it was wonderful. We made the best of it. Sometimes things are out of our control. But so how is this Facebook gonna work? I've had a lot of questions about what exactly is going to happen during the month of February.
Sure. Okay. Well, I am busy now doing comparing my links, and so every day that I would work on a project, let's say it was my own, I was doing a links as a commission, rather than just working away on my own, I'm filming myself through every step. And I find it quite interesting working like this because there are things that I do that I don't normally think about. I just do it. And then now doing these online workshops, I'm like, so that's why I do that. Okay, that's cool. Now I can explain it to the ladies that actually the reason I cut the template out a little bit smaller is because the fabric and the stitching grows. And if you cut it too wide, you know, it's been quite a fascinating process for me. So everything is videoed beforehand, all the stills, all the videos of the whole project, and it's all put into units. So when you go onto a Facebook page, you will see at the top, it'll say, you know, photos or shop, or what else does it say? Friends, all those different things. And in these special learning tool groups on Facebook, they've got a thing called units. And you click on units, and let's say the links might be 17 different units to create this project. Unit 1 will say introduction. So you click on that, and that will be me chit-chatting away, welcoming you and telling you a bit about the workshop. And then underneath that unit 1 will be the word done. And then you click on done, and you finished it. Now, the reason that the done is so useful, it's not for me or for Beth or anyone else to check if you're actually doing it or not, is it's purely so that if you go to work the next day and you want to do it in the evening, you can come back on and you know exactly where you are, because, you know, you might be halfway through the workshop and you think, gosh, am I on unit 4, unit 5? We're supposed to do the ear next, or the whiskers. And, you know, you go back into units. The first thing you do is click on units when you go on onto the group. And you'll see, scroll down through unit 1, unit 2. But in each unit, so let's say, for instance, it's unit 3 and it's the ears. There might be 3 different videos of me doing different parts of the ear. There'll be a series of still photos, maybe a still of the ear with just the white, a still of the ear with the white, then with the gray added, and then a still of the same ear with the white, the gray, and then the black added, so that you can see the layers that I'm putting on. The wonderful thing about it is that even though you've pressed done, you can still watch the video again and again. You can still look at the pictures again, and you can work at your own pace at home. And the workshop will be up for 3 months. So you'll have access for 3 months of private videos of me sewing and explaining it all to you. What's the other thing I was going to say? I'll be available for 1 month for asking questions. So you can either ask them on the group or in the units. You can do your own post, or you can write under each unit, Sophie, why did you put this gray in? Or I don't understand why you've done the gray before the black, or something like that. And then I can go in and answer them. And then I will do, for that first month, the month of February, I will do 1 live meet a week. Maybe the first week I might do 2, maybe on sort of like day 2. Also because of the time difference. I won't do it that morning that it starts, because people will be getting up at crazy hours. So that's why I've recorded the introduction, just to welcome you on it. And then probably the next day I will do a live link up, and I will always advertise it in Kenyan time. So it would probably be, let's say, 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the evening Kenyan time. So you can just Google that, you know, Google what it would be, you know, let's say PST time, 8 o'clock in the morning, to get your location, and then just join up for whichever live you want. Now, the good thing is, obviously with Facebook, those live chats can then be posted. So you can come and watch it again and listen to me answering questions and prattling on. But yeah, as I said before, I think not to say that I don't want to travel around the world and teach again, because I really do, and I miss that. It can be very lonely being in your studio by yourself the whole time. You know, we've had no school in Kenya for 11 months. My kids were back to school this week. I'm working basically in the lounge.
Was it like a party?
The dining room is there. That's my bedroom, because there's no point me being in my studio in town, because I don't go to town every day because there's no school. My husband's working in the bedroom in a desk. The kids have been homeschooling in their bedroom. So yeah, it's very tough being on your own, and I'm looking forward to getting back to traveling,
right,
and doing workshops, and I'm sure everybody else is as well. But I love this tool of being able to work online, because we can connect with people, we can meet friends, we can all see each other's images, we can do live meets, and you can work at your own pace. Some people will get this workshop done in about 4 or 5 days,
right,
and just crack on with it. Others will do a little bit a week.
Well, and it is kind of a blessing with, I mean, not that COVID was a blessing by any means, but but it has forced us to get into technology and to,
absolutely.
I mean, we have people from all around the world that wouldn't necessarily be able to join a workshop. So it's kind of exciting that it's just opened up so many doors for us to be able to get together with people we wouldn't normally be able to. Okay. Diana wants to know, what time is it where you are right now?
It is 20 to midnight.
Okay.
It's
11:40, Diana. Okay. She's marking it down so that she'll know what time to join your lives.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Also, the other thing I was going to say about doing an online class is not all of us are extroverts, and not all of us particularly want to go on a retreat or go and stay away somewhere for 4 or 5 days and have to share a room with some random person and sit next to somebody and so I actually think doing it this way, it opens it up to more people who actually they want to learn these things and they want to create, but they don't necessarily want to go and stay away for a week. And so I think it could be something in the future that I combine both. I go away and travel and teach, but I think working with shops in this way, helping you guys and you guys helping me and helping students who want to do it in a different way. Not everybody wants to actually leave home and go and do a retreat.
That's for sure. That is for sure. And it's opened up a lot of doors for people that couldn't necessarily travel. It's just given us more options. It really has been great. Okay. Do you ladies have any other questions for Sophie? And Sophie, I always ask this question of teachers that I have. Are you the kind of teacher that wants everybody to do it exactly your way? Or do you kind of just give them the guidelines and what they do with it? Because everybody brings their own experiences with them. And so they might know some different technique, like mix and mingle, or do we just have to do it your way?
No, you don't have to just do it my way. A little bit of an essence of Sophie. I don't want you to come with plain fabrics.
Right.
So no, I think it's actually it's a really special thing when people take a project that you've created and have taken it their own way and down their own avenue, and to see a koala that's all in red, blues and reds is really exciting. And just if someone did a lynx that was all in purples or something, I think it's really exciting, and it's very important to have an essence of themselves, and not to just do every single fabric the same and every single color thread the same as Sophie, because we're all artists. It would be
really boring if everybody had the same exact links.
Very boring.
Yes.
And everybody makes differently anyway. You're not going to be able to make like me or Beth or or Cindy or Patsy or whoever.
And Cindy says you allow rubber duckies. Remember the project that what animal was that you put the rubber duckies in? Yeah. Yes.
The quail. Did the quail have rubber duck on his head? I'm sure the quail had a rubber
duck. Or it was on a stump or something. Oh, I don't remember.
I think she put about 6 rubber ducks in at one point.
Yes.
But you have to add a bit of yourself in, and I think that's really important.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I went through a phase of always putting little ladybirds in. I had this beautiful vintage Cacharel girl's dress that I bought from a secondhand market, and it was very Liberty, all its flowers, but it had little bugs in it. And so I would always try and put a little ladybird somewhere in the animals. I think I've run out of the fabric now, but I think it's really important to add little bits that fascinate you. And I always remember Melody putting in those amazing red roses, but with skulls as well. She had this like real Guns N' Roses type fabric. And I think that's really important. And I think that's what I want actually as a teacher, to see people utilizing your techniques and teaching people how to do an eye and make it look glossy, or to create a different type of stipply short fur or long fur coming down the neck, but to add essences of themselves and to really just experiment and enjoy your fabric stash and enjoy the process of creating something that's come from you, because that's where art comes from. It's from inside us. Yeah.
Right. And you you basically are teaching the techniques and the skills on how to do the thread painting and how to get the right image and the right size of a head. And
the anatomy.
I know for us as quilters, sometimes it's hard for us to adjust to the artistic way. Like I know you're very firm about a template, because if you don't have a template, you're not going to get the right shape of a head or the right shape of an ear or the right shape of anything, because you can't just wing an ear. Like you can't just say, oh, I think the ear is this. So I know that
an eye up here and an eye down there. You know, you got to get them level.
Right.
Use your templates.
Yes. And so I know in our retreats, a lot of times we have ladies who kind of put their templates aside, and you have to just keep reminding us, because we're not trained artists. We're just having a good time, and we might have had a glass of wine with dinner or something. So ladies, don't forget to use your templates. Don't
it's very
forget
important.
to use the template.
There's no way. I mean, my templates are normally my drawings, but even so, I don't just do the drawing and then put it to one side and then wing it with the applique and the thread painting. I'm using that template all the time to make sure that the lion's eyes are on a level and that his eyebrows are in the right place, and that, you know, the line down his nose that goes to the top of his lip isn't kind of wonky and weird, and or the amount of lines, not just the amount of lines, because I don't do every single line on an elephant's trunk, but the direction of it. You know, if the trunk's going this way, but I'm doing the lines going the other way, it's just not going to work. So you have to keep laying that template over and cut it up. Gosh, my templates get so thick, they're almost like cardboard by the end, because I'm always cutting pieces out, laying it back over and going, oh, for goodness sake, that eye is way too small, or that ear just really, or that dark shadow needs to be a little bit, you know, if you were trying to do me or you know, you can, if you had an image, you would have to cut it out and find out where the shade is and the light and, you know, all those things. And you can't just guess it. It's just.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when you're working with crazy colored fabrics, not just crazy colors, it's the textures and the patterns on it. You know, all these things are distracting your eye. So you need to get everything, all the anatomy right and correct. Otherwise, it's just it messes with your eyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then so we have some ladies that are international, so they're not in the U.S., and they've opted to not get the kit because you know, shipping is so crazy right now. It's expensive. It's not timely, whatnot. Do you have any suggestions of fabric choices?
I do, but yes, not necessarily to tell them exactly what to do, but I think the most important thing is to have a range of different sizes. Let me just grab a few random sizes of fabric. Put my hoops up there. Let me just get some different textures.
And then, ladies, I've put, scrolling on the bottom of the screen is our telephone number and our website. So if you would like to sign up for Sophie's class for the month of February, we're doing a links. You can call us, or you can just go right onto our website and sign up from there.
Okay. So it's the different textures. So, you know, I mentioned before, it's like the salt and pepper texture. It's really stipply, but it's, you know, it's got a contrast, as in it's basically black, gray, white, and yellow. But because it's so small, it's got that lovely stipply texture, which is really nice around faces. This is a similar texture, but because it's such a high contrast, it's a lot bolder. So it's really picking out those different, like you would with doing a quilt or anything, you know, those different. It's probably easier if I do it that way. And then I always love, you know, a bit of this kind of thing thrown in. And then this is lovely. I think this is a Moda one. I love that one. I think that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
You really do need small, medium, and large print. It's really.
And does it really matter what colors?
Any project. I've gone with having orange and red. Like I try normally do one extra crazy. I'm definitely going to put some oranges and some reds. I love this color, and it picks up that little bit in here. And then that one that I got from you years ago, I love that. It's even got almost a little bit of plum in it. What are the other ones I've got? I think I even put this Japanesey one in. I love this because it's got those greens and muted colors, but it's got the flashes of red and purple in it. I love that. But those kind of things I would put more on the body than the face.
Okay. And are you working with value or like lights, mediums, darks, or?
Yes, definitely both. It's really you know, once you've broken down the drawing, I've actually got my giant lynx. I could actually just get him. I haven't actually drawn him. I was about to draw him on today, actually. So I've got this is the background canvas, and here he is, my template. So you know, when you're cutting it out, you can see so clearly, you know, how white this is and the value. So once you're going to cut every piece out, you're going to cut the eyes out, you're going to cut along these lines, and everything's going to be cut out, but bit by bit. And I will do all the videos for that and all the stills so that you know exactly how to break this down. And so, yeah, you can see light, medium, and dark on there straight away.
Right. And then you can see where you've taped it up, where you've cut around the muzzle when you're working on that portion.
Yeah, but this is put together because the photocopy machine in my village is rubbish. So I have to do lots of
right. Well, and don't worry, we are not doing it that big, girls. Ours is not that big.
This is a whopper. But yeah, you can see the values. And the thing is, if you were having something like, where's this salt and pepper? Okay, that's not white, but you're going to be adding white onto that. So up in here, it's slightly darker in here. It's slightly darker down here. It's slightly darker up there. So, you know, a color like that, you could easily put in here and then add white to it because it's just your first blobs of paint, which is exactly what I did with my lion, wherever he's gone. And I think I'm actually sitting on him. Poor chap. So let me just check his eyes. So yeah, you know, you're going to be sewing. This is, you know, it's got all different colors in this bit. I think this was actually, it was blues and yellows. So you get little bits of blues, and then you can see bits of blues and yellows coming through, but you're adding the whites and the creams. And, you know, you want this texture to show up because actually when you look at the photograph of the lion, or even if you look at my skin with no foundation on, you know, it's not just one color. It's not just beige or peach. You know, there's so many different tones going on, and we all have animals. If you go away now and just look closely at your cat, around your cat's eyes or your dog, and you could just see there's so many other colors coming through. I don't know whether it's because I look at colors so closely, but so often I will see bits of mauve or pink or red or blue coming through in lions or lynxes. And I think it brings them alive to add all those different colors. So I think fabrics like this just work so beautifully in animals' faces.
For sure.
And it's got that sort of furry texture as well.
Yeah. So girls, yes.
You have the frou-frous, don't you?
Yes. And we included some of those in the kits.
Yeah. So they're a lovely texture.
Right. The kits have about 25 to 30 different pieces of fabric for you to choose from. So everybody's is not going to look the same because you might want to, like if you want to add more purples or something, everybody's cat is going to talk to them as they're making it.
You see, this is one of Beth's. This is one of the frou-frous, and I love this for masses of reasons. But it's so fine, and so it doesn't get too thick, and you can layer it up, and yeah, it's just a really nice texture. Right.
And Judy,
I've got some of those little rolls of yours with like the peachy ones and the plummy ones, and
the fat quarters of it. Yeah, yep. Okay, Judy wants to know, are you going to post what time you're doing the lives?
Yes, absolutely. I always post. This is my third online workshop since lockdown. I think the first one started about last March, April time. And it will always do it day before, 2 days before. I'll say, right, okay, this coming Friday, I will do a live on Friday, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. If it's a weekend, it's sometimes easier because people aren't working, although some people do work at the weekends. But I've worked it out so that there's always a time slot. From going from America all the way to New Zealand, there's always a time slot where somebody can join in. And it will always be posted again afterwards. So you'll always be able to watch it.
Right.
You can write after it. You can say, Sophie, I was really interested in what you spoke about. You know, I've watched this flipping hour live video.
Right.
But you when you spoke about X, Y, and Z, I'd love to know a bit more. And, you know, you can just write at the bottom of it and I can go back and answer.
Right. Tammy, this is recorded and it will be on our Facebook page. So you'll be able to watch it later if you've missed any of it. The kit is included in the price of the class. So it's all, Carolyn, there's not an extra unless you want to add on threads or glue or other things, but the fabric, the canvas background, the fabric, and the patterns and the photos are included in the kit. Okay. And
also what I was going to say, you were touching on just now, Beth, about saying how all the fabrics are mixed and if they want to add a bit more purple or go a bit more red. And, you know, I do that so often in my pieces. And that's also why I would urge people to get the applique down as fast as possible. Because I promise you, as soon as you have started completing the eyes and a bit of the eyebrow, you'll go, oh, actually, I think I need to add a bit more purple. Or I think I need to take the purple out and add more greens. And I chop and change my applique so often as I go along. I've been known at the end of a project to change the whole belly of a rhino or the whole back of a warthog. Because sometimes things just, they fight with each other sometimes, and you just have to just take it in a different direction. And I know you quilters do that as well when you're putting out the blocks and suddenly certain things are fighting and you remove the pink and change it for a peach and it just suddenly works. So although I've chosen my set, 20 fabrics, I may well, as I'm even doing the first applique, think, no, I've got way too much orange. I definitely want to go down the red route, or, and experiment and play and enjoy it. And add in from your own stash. Definitely.
Perfect. Okay.
Any other questions?
Wait. Oh, I think maybe we would be better getting the kit. Can I change my mind? Karen, at Fabric Chicks, you can always change your mind. Like, we're girls, we're women, we have the right to change our mind at any time. I will email me and we'll get you a kit into today's mail. Claudia wants to know, do you quilt this at the end?
I don't normally, but I have done.
Right. And I'm a quilt shop, so when I did my quail in your class, I quilted it. Yeah. It's just your personal preference.
Totally. And lots of people who've done my workshop, I've had repeat students coming back again and again in America and in Australia and in New Zealand. And sometimes they will put it on a wooden stretch frame and frame it. Sometimes it becomes the middle of a quilt. Sometimes it becomes a cushion. Sometimes a wall hanging that they've quilted. So you can do anything you want with it. You can put a border around it. You can decorate it with extra bits and, what is it called? Adornments and things. Anything you want. Embellishments. That's the one.
Yes. I love you too, Mary. Okay. The units will be available. Carolyn, you cannot save the units for future reference, but you do have full access to them till April. And then after April, we'll do a new class. And so you can just watch something all new. You don't want to watch the same thing over and over for the rest of your life. You'll get bored of us.
It's also, I know for a fact, if I take too long on a project, it's actually never very good, really. Some of my best pieces are ones that I've done quite quickly.
Right.
You just instinctively, just do it. If I think too hard and I leave it for a week and then I think about it a bit more, and they don't, I find for me, they don't flow as well.
Right. Okay. And then, girls, do you have any other questions? This is your last moments of being able to ask Sophie anything you want. Because we're going to go to every Friday, we do a big, huge celebration. So we've got like 100 items to hold up for you ladies, and then you just comment whether you want to purchase them or not, and then we get them in the mail to you at some point in our life.
Fantastic.
All right, should one paint the canvas?
I do need some more of these. I need some more of these at some point.
Okay, I will get that ready for you. Because I only have a few.
Out how to send that to Kenya. You'll have to send it to my English courier.
Well, and right now I only have a few of those in the shop because all of our supplies.
Ladies, if you want them, well, look, supply students first. But I actually have 3 pairs of these.
Yes, you can't have too many of those. I know.
The first pair is now in the boys' fishing tackle box and is rusty.
Oh,
this
yes.
is my second pair, which has got a bit of cave put on it. And then this is my third newest pair, but it's still going a bit. I've started using them, I think about 5 or 6 years ago, and they are the best. What's her name?
Karen K. Buckley.
Kathy.
Karen K. Buckley.
Yeah. Aren't they called the Perfect Scissor or something?
Yes, the Perfect Scissor. Phyllis, we're glad you finally decided to join us. You're going to have to go back and rewatch this. No, it's Phyllis Holmes. You'll have to rewatch it later. But yes, you're an hour late. You'll have to rewatch it, but you still can stay on for the sale. And then Mary Mintz wants to know, can she use denim?
Yes.
For the background.
Denim. Oh, for the background, yes. And actually, somebody, where was it? I think it was Seattle, used denim and put bleach.
Oh, perfect.
Put bleach on the background, splotted it with bleach and then with dye. It was very cool.
And
works really well.
And you're going to go over in one of the units in the beginning how they're going to paint their canvas and all that.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Can she use batiks?
You can.
You can, but it might be a little bit boring. You might want some.
You can add a little bit. You know what? When I'm in person at a workshop, I let people use all their batiks, and then I say, do you know what? Add a little bit of that in, just a little bit, just for me, just around the corner. And I think that, you know, as much as I've been saying that it's to make the project your own, it is also good to challenge yourself and think, okay, so I only ever use batiks, so I'm going to use batiks, but I'm going to throw, you know, I'm not going to ask you to put that in it. That might throw you a little bit, but you know, something a little bit
conservative.
Yeah.
It's baby
something
steps.
With a bit of a floor, a bit more of a pattern. Experiment.
Right. If you're not comfortable with it, baby steps. Sophie will answer questions for the month of. Mary has 3 denim jackets she wants to use. What size needle do you use?
I use a denim needle.
Okay, and we do have those. If you girls need them, we can throw them in your.
For the HD9 is a completely different. It's something like XLH weird needle.
Okay. And Stacy, you are correct. The videos and the access to the Facebook page will be through April. So February 1st, you'll get the invite.
March,
yes. But Sophie will only be answering your questions for the month of February. So basically the class is for the month of February, but then you can go back and reference if you want till April.
And I also I'll give out my email address, and then if you want to send me a private, you know, a picture of it because you're having problems with a certain thing, then you can.
Right.
Okay.
If they're collecting some of their own fabrics, what size should they get? 7 by 7, 8 by 8.
Yes. Yeah.
Wrap?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it depends if you wanted to use a big flower, but then you only need one big flower. I mean, he's not that big. But yeah, something like this is
perfect. And yes, Elizabeth, we're going to paint the canvas. If you want, I can set up a table outside and just leave the paints out there, and you can come and paint them. That way you don't have to. Fun. Yes. Well, you know, yes, we're all about throwing paint around here. Okay, I think that we have answered all of the wait here. The questions just keep coming in. Is there a complete supply list for the class?
I can do, if you want me to do a bigger, longer thing list, we can. But so there's glue, fabric glue for sticking your applique down. a very good pair of scissors. You've got your paper template that's in the kit. You've got your applique pieces that are in the kit, and I'm sure you've got a stash. You've got the canvas that's in the kit. I use friction pens or any quilt pen, preferably one that's quite dark. I know Beth's got some dark ones. Have you got some brown ones?
Friction pens. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Chalk, any kind of chalk, just for coloring off a bit of white, can help. And that's it, really. Some music, some nibbles, a drink.
Exactly. What type of glue? Do you have a preference for glue, or just any kind of glue they can get their hands on? And I know it's kind of tricky because everybody's on lockdown and supplies are not coming like they used to. So you're not really like a glue snob, are you?
I'm not a glue snob at all. I'm a scissor snob.
Yes, me too.
And a fabric snob.
Yes.
But glue. Do you know what? I top and change. I have 3 different types of glue. I have the Soline glue, and there's little tubes that wind up. I have the Roxanne glue, and I have my kids glue, which I use when I can't get hold of anything else. You know, when I'm not getting shipments in, or I've run out, or my piece is really, really big, and I know that I'm going to get through way too much Roxanne or Soline because it's so expensive. So then I'm just seeing if I've got some here.
Or even like a fabric glue stick, or
anything. But you know, if you can't get hold of anything and you really are isolating and there's no post and Beth can't even get anything in or whatever, then I've used my kids' non-toxic paper glue, you know, the white one that's washable, it's not dangerous, it doesn't leave a stain. They're good. I do use those as well.
Right. Okay. And then what kind of paint are you using for your background? I know somebody's calling. They must be watching right now, and they want to be the first one to sign up right now.
I actually use acrylic paint because I've always painted, and I love acrylics because you can use them like a watercolor, or you can use them thick like an oil. And once they dry, they stay there. It's not a water-based paint in the sense that it washes off like a watercolor. It's a plastic-based paint. So once it's dried, it's dry. But you can use it really watered down and give those lovely watercolor effects, or you can use it thick and blob it on. So I use acrylics and lots of mud, lots of clay. I leave it outside. I let the dogs roll on it, and used to let my sheep roll on it, and the geese, and just I've let it rain before. That was a complete accident, but it was beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful backgrounds I've ever done for one of my elephants years ago. I left it out in the sun to dry, and it started raining. But actually it left these really gorgeous marks. I mean, some people put salt. I was watching a little thing on Instagram the other day that someone was using beautiful water and inks and flicking salt on it, and the way it dispersed. And
that would be fun. So,
on those lovely, you can do it on. It works with inks. So there's lovely fabric inks that you put on. If you put salt on it, it does those lovely sort of dispersing things.
Yeah,
that can be fun.
So basically any kind of paint, any kind of mud, any kind of anything that's going to add color and texture is perfect.
Yeah.
And this is partly why I love Sophie, is that you can just experiment with anything.
Yeah.
Like the more experimenting you do, the more amazing results you're going to find.
And also, don't be worried if your background's dark. A lot of people will say to me, my gosh, it came out so dark, and should I use the back? But, you know, sometimes I've actually gone and painted my background darker afterwards, because the colors, you know, these things really, if you look at it against that, look how much it zings out if you've got a dark background.
Right.
It's quite amazing how the colors and really punch out when it's on a dark canvas. So, yeah, somebody's saying they wanted to use denim. I mean, that would look beautiful. Dark backgrounds can be wonderful. So don't worry if it's too thick.
Perfect. All right. I have loved our time together. I always love our time together. We will have to do this again sometime soon, like maybe February 1st.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah. So ladies, if you're interested in signing up for our Links workshop, it will be starting February 1st, and you can call the number that's scrolling on the bottom, or just go right to our website and sign up. And we're going to let Sophie go, because it is honestly the middle of the night for her. It's like 1:00 in the morning. And so she's having to whisper because everybody's asleep in her house. All right, and then stay tuned
Even
because
the dogs asleep.
Oh, exactly. Yes. Well, they probably sleep most of the day.
Yeah, they do.
And we are going to, if you want to just stay tuned for a little bit, we're going to swing right over into our sale mode. So you don't even have to go anywhere. Well, maybe go to the restroom, grab a drink or whatever. And we're going to swing right over into our celebration. So thank you all for joining us. And we will, if you have any questions, just send us an email or call us. And we will get you registered and signed up and get the kits out to you. All right. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Weekend.
You too. You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, here. I'm leaving. Okay. All right. Are we ready to go? Okay, we're zooming over to our celebration. We would like to welcome everybody that is new. So if this is your first time, here, let me mute this one. Okay. Gracie, talk to him for a minute while I get everything muted.
I don't know.
Tell them what our celebration's about.
Okay, so if you're new, we have a little system. And if you don't know about that, I'm going to explain it because I don't know what else to do. So there's these little cards on the bolts. You see me? I see you. You see me?
Dude, I don't know. It's my first one.
Okay, cool. And so it'll have a
Oh, hold
number.
on. No, that's the wrong one. It's one of these ones.
Wait. What's this?
Oh.
Oh, wait, I can take that one off. Wait, hang on, girl. We've never done an interview. And, okay, now talk, Gracie.
Alrighty, so there's going to be this little card on all the items. It's going to have a number. You're just going to put S and then the number. And then we'll just throw that into your bag. If it's your first time, either call us or send us a little message about like your payment. Like
If you want to do PayPal or how you want and your address and all that good stuff.
You want to keep interrupting me?
Sorry.
I was getting there.
Sorry, quiet.
Okay, and yeah, that's basically it. We have a lot of fun things today. Anything else, guys? What's that? Oh, it's Mr. Bill. I don't want to do that. We'll also be having a lot of freebies today. So,
Okay, this is for the closest.
yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, thank goodness.
So we've got a pile of freebies here. So at the end of the show, we do random giveaways that we put into your baskets. So we've got some, a lot of our freebies, if you're new, are things that people have donated as goodies. So we've got a whole pile of them here. Look, Glorious Patchwork from Kate Fassett. So we would like to, this is kind of hard transitioning from an interview to our live sale. Usually all this is set up in advance. So if you're new to Fabric Chicks, we'd like to welcome you. We are a family, a small run business with our children and husband as our videographers and our close-up people and all that good stuff. So, so it's kind of like a family affair. So what we do is we hold up an item. So we might hold up this S4, and if you want it, you just comment that you want it. Just put an S4. So the S pretty much is just you committing to purchasing it. And this is a frond panel. If you want it, you could just type it in and then contact us with your information. So this panel here is actually what's used up in this project. So we like to give you ideas. You might have to do a close-up on that so they can see all the texture and silks. And then also on the background here is a canvas that we painted. So it's a canvas like we're doing in the Sophie project. And it's just kind of splattered with paint, like Sophie said. We do also have, so if you get up close, you can actually see the texture of all the silks. It's called, yes, you have to be the one that gets closer. Unless I rip it off the wall. Okay, wait, you're going to get a little bit dizzy because he wants to get up close to, so you can see that this panel right here. Devin, can you help your dad? Pay attention. Oops, he just broke that. Okay, now can you hear us better? The mic was muted, so we had too many devices going during the interview with Sophie. So hopefully we don't have to go over all of that again. Sorry, we're just a work in progress. All right, Christy and Janet, can you hear us now? Can you hear us now, girls?
Yeah, they got you.
Okay, perfect. So what Roger is showing you is thread painted. It's also called thread punk. It's Stephanie Brandenburg is the designer. She's also the owner of Fron Designs. Those are her panels, and we're going to show you the 3 panels we have available today. But they make for fun projects. So S4, if you want the panel, oops, look at, I'm showing them over here. S4, if you want the panel, is for these 2 flowers. Those all come on one panel for $11. So you girls, if you're new, you might want to go to the bathroom real quick or get a drink because we have about 100 items to show you. So you can spend all of Friday afternoon with us. A sale on Friday, but I don't know. We just decided to go for it today. So here's another project that we did with the thread punk right here. This is, so you can kind of see a close-up of the, Devin, your dad might need help getting that back on there. And then we'll do a real close-up of, so if you want to, you could show the Devin's close-up. And then here is another panel. So you can see the difference in what it looks like before you add all the embellishments. So here it is. And oops, here it is. And then here is the close-up. So S5 for $11 is this flower panel. Did Kim go already?
Yeah.
Is Anna still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you girls have any questions, we do classes on the thread painting for these dimensional flowers. Here is one that we've done also, where you can see that we've added the thread painting and the silks. And this panel, do what? This panel, I actually turned it into a pillow. So it comes with the background fabric and the pillow. Look at Anna, you're going to be famous now. Woo-hoo! So S6 is this big flower with kind of the tie-dye. So I turned it into a pillow, except for that I had to steal the pillow form for something else. So now it's a flat pillow with embellishments. So this one is S6. So S6 for the big flower. And then we do have the canvas that we just talked about. So
Close-up isn't working.
S3 is $14 a yard. It's about 58 to 60 inches wide. It does have a tiny bit of texture. So if you would like any of this, you can just comment and tell us how much you would like. And then at the end, if we don't already have your information, You can call us or you can text us, PM us. PM? I don't know. A private message. A personal message? Okay, here's another one. S2, $14. So this is just a darker canvas, more like a duck cloth, where this one's kind of a texture. They're slightly different. So those are your two choices that we have of the canvas. So S2 is the last one I just showed you for $14. And then we have paint. So if you're looking for some paints, this is Dynaflow. So they're already kind of a little bit more watery than it's an acrylic paint, but it has a little bit more liquid to it. So it comes off more watercolory. S17 is $19. Do you have that on Devon's? Then we've got a fun gnome collection, because who doesn't love gnomes? So we try to show you a little bit of everything. So, here, you hold those real quick, and I'm going to see if we have any comments.
Are these winter leprechauns?
Those are winter gnomes.
Or winter gnomes?
But so we do have a gnome class that's going to be starting, a gnome club. But if you have an aversion to gnomes, like some people who are on might, I heard they might want to shoot the gnomes or chase the gnomes around, Mary. Mary must have been tortured by a gnome at some point in her life. But you could do leprechauns, Mary. You can still use the same gnome patterns and just make a leprechaun. We're here for you, Mary. We can make it work.
She says target practice.
Okay.
We done with the gnome?
Yeah. So here, we put them under here so that they can see it up close. So up close right now, you're seeing you can get a little bit further away.
It's kind of hard.
Oh, okay. So S8 is the gnomes with the black background, and S9 is the packed gnomes. Oops. They are directional. All right, and if you girls who are out in the boonies and don't have access, if there is something that you're looking for in particular, you can let us know and we'll send somebody out to go find it for you in the shop. So S10 is a tan and gray plaid, and then we have S11 with deers and trees and snowflakes, and S12 has the trees and snowflakes. So S12, S11 in the middle, and S10, winter gnomes. Don't worry, we've got lots. Gnomes are the hot thing, and some people said they missed them last week. So we're bringing them back. S20 has the blue background. S21 has the white background. S20 is the blue background.
These look springtime.
They are kind of more springy gnomes in case you want to start working on your spring gnome collection. Doris actually bought some of this morning to make a shirt out of. And then we have some gnome patterns. And if you're not familiar with us, it's hard for us to stay on track. So sometimes the numbers go a little bit out of order because we get busy doing, we forgot this. Okay, so we always sell things in collections if we have a collection. So S07 is the gnome collection, and we are going to lay them out and show them to you under the close-up. So it has 7 yards, you can get 7 1 yards for $84, 7 half yards for $42, or 7 fat quarters for $25. So 7 yards in this collection, 7 1 yards for $84, 7 half yards for $42, or 7 fat quarters for $25. And then we have a super fun gnome collection that Doris made for us. So we have them all marked individually so that you can choose if you want one with a red hat or a blue hat or whatnot. So S26, the gnomes are $8. They're wool felted with a little hoop here so you can hang it on your rear view mirror, or you could, we're going to show you or Mary, you could put it somewhere where you can shoot it, or maybe use it as like one of those, voodoo dolls where you put the pins in it. S26 for this cute little guy, $8, and they're made with the sheep's wool from here in Nevada from Doris's collection. So Devin, you can just show these real quick. You have to pull these off so they can see them up close. S22. Here, I think if we do it at both cameras. So we can, because we got like 8 of them, because we didn't know what color what color hats or what shape of hats you wanted.
Only thing different is the hat.
Yeah, but you put a
That one
different
we already
number
did.
for every color.
I did a different number because I didn't want them to say, oh, I want the one with the
orange
yellow
one.
hat.
You have to show the number and then the hat.
So this one with the purple hat, S23. What do you want me to explain to them, Gracie?
Mary B, she's crazy.
They're all handmade out of local Nevada sheep's wool, says Gracie, who is a future farmer of America. S28 is the brown hat. S27 is this kind of purpley magenta hat. S27. S29 is an orange hat for you, Phyllis, you orange lovers. And then S30 is a blue hat. So super fun little ornaments for your Christmas tree or whatnot. And then we have a gnome garland. Here, while Anna undoes this, Anna undoes the garland string. We also have diamond art. If you are new to joining us, we interviewed Amy with Uniquely Crafts on Wednesday, and she did a demo on how to do the diamond art. It's super fun, super easy. I actually did a journal last night. I worked until about 10 o'clock last night, and I got home, and Gracie needed a journal for, she's turning it into a photo album to give to one of her girlfriends this weekend. So it took me 2 hours to do a journal from start to finish. Can you show them a close-up of that gnome?
This is not.
Oh. Gracie, can you come help Anna get that apart? We got the string got tangled. Okay, and then we have S73, which is gnome ornaments. So there's 4-inch by 6-inch finished, and gnomes are like the really hot thing right now. And then we have S72, which are the standing gnomes. If you ordered the sitting gnomes last week, we had so many orders that we do have a bunch of them are on back order. So they will be shipping to you as soon as we get them. So right now we do have a few patterns left of the standing gnomes, S72, and then the gnome ornaments, S73. And if you're looking for, what happened to the gnome hair? Oh, if you're looking for gnome fur, we have S71 for $19. It's 9 inches by 12 inches craft fur. So this is what they're using in those patterns for the gnome hair.
Your hands covering up the number.
Oh, S71, $19. And then we also have, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but Amy from Uniquely Crafts saw that we were doing all the gnomes, and she said she had some product that was fabulous for gnome hair. So I'm waiting for her to send it to us, and then we'll experiment with it in the gnome club. Yay! Look, they got it untangled. So if you're looking for a gnome garland, S32 is the collection of the entire gnomes. So if you need
$56.
$56, and you can have a gnome garland for your gnome section of your house.
Or again, hang it up, Mary. Target practice.
Target practice for Mary. S71, $19. And then we only have probably about 6 of these panels left. So S1, $11. Look, this is what we were going to start with this morning. Oops, it's upside down. S1. And I think Connie or Ann, you were looking for this big flower that's over in the corner. I cannot find any more of those panels, but this is the same design.
And it's hanging up there.
It's also hanging up behind us. So S1, we have probably about 6 of these panels left. So S1, if you're looking for that one would be super fun to add the silk embellishments and then do the thread punk. For those of you who are joining us on Tuesday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're doing a live Zoom with Eleanor Peace Bailey. If you don't know who she is, Google her or look for her Facebook page. She is one of the most amazing women I know. She will be teaching us how to morph a pattern into different things. So everybody in the class will be getting the pattern for the tumbling angel. And then she's going to be showing us how to turn it into paper dolls. She's going to show us how to turn it into an applique, I believe, on a hot pad. So just how you can take a pattern and not necessarily make a stuffed doll if you don't want to, but you can still use that pattern to make appliques, to embellish, to all kinds of different things you can do with a pattern. So it's going to be pretty fun. We're also going to she's going to send us a coloring page. So if you're into and want to do coloring with pencils, we did do a class on that not too long ago, but Eleanor's going to be showing us how she's coloring with it. But if you need the pencils, we have a 12-pack S35 for $7, has 12 different colors. And then we have a metallic set with 12 for $9. So this just has a little bit of glitter. S34 is the metallic pencils. And you can use these on fabric. So Eleanor is going to be talking about that. We also used them on the Crabapple Hill patterns, which a lot of you have in your stash, but you haven't gotten to. And if you really want to go big, we have the, this one has 48 pencils. So 48 different colors. So this is kind of like your thread collection, in my opinion. You want all the different shapes. Like 12 to me wouldn't be enough. That's like the baby box of crayons that you would get like free at the restaurants. You really want like the 264 pack or the 48 pack because that's all it comes in. So S33, $32 is the big set of pencils, and it does come in a collector's tin. We do have some embellishing. Here, you can open this up, Devin, and pull it out. We have embellishing bags. So it's just a random bag of stuff that you can add to all your thread punk, like the flowers that we just showed you. You can show them that, Devin. So there's some silks in there. There's some weird threads, yarns, different things. That's all the kind of stuff that's on these big flowers that we showed you earlier. Okay, do we have... Sean, you only missed the 3 gnome diamond arts. So the 3 gnome diamond arts, we still have several more to show you. And if you're interested in anything that you saw on Wednesday with Amy, just put it in the comments because she does have a big box on its way to us. So, let's see. Mary Mins, I don't think you asked for the gnome for yesterday. You just asked for the pattern that we couldn't figure out the number on. So then we have S18 is a collection of different kind of embellishing fabrics. So here is a close-up of what this one looks like. So it's $10. It's just a random collection. So a lot of times when I'm upstairs, if you're new, if you've been around, you know this story. We have a lot of stuff here. So a lot of times we show random things that we only have one of. So this would be that time where we only have one of these, but they're great to add to any of your embellishing projects. So here's like a gold lame. So $10, S18. And then Devin, S19 is the blue one. Can you show them that, please? So S18 is the reds and golds.
Sean wants to know next time, can we show those gnomes again?
Oh, yeah. We just have to find them right here. No, not the gnomes. I think she wants the gnome diamond.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, here is what S50, it's $25, and it's the 3 Christmas gnomes. And we also have a Christmas Santa gnome holding a package on its way to us. So S50 is the three Christmas gnomes. And then Sean, I'm going to do some more diamond art in just a minute. So S19 is $10 for the blue embellishing fabrics. And then we have skeins of silks. So there's about 45 to 50 yards in each one of these bundles. So all of those big flowers, we've added the silk embellishing to. And then we've done scarves with them where we've woven the silks to make scarves and then did thread painting all over them. There's tons of things you can do with these. S48. So if you're interested in any of the silk bundles, just put S48 and the color. They're $20. If you want a multicolor, we don't have any made up because those always sell. But we can create a multicolor one with like 5 yards of the different colors. Okay, so that you just put in the color. Like if you want pink, put in pink, orange, blue, turquoise, green, yellow. Okay, so then we have some diamond art here. You want to show these up close, Devin? So this one is S37, and this is a journal. They're $20. So if you're not familiar here, it's got pages so you can write in it. So if you're not familiar with the diamond art, it's super fun. It's very addicting. It basically every one you buy comes with a pin applicator and a piece of wax. And this is the one I made last night for Gracie. Her best friend's favorite color is purple. And it took me about 2 hours to do this one. So S36 is the purpley one. You dip your wand into the wax, and then you'll put the tray of beads, whatever number you're working on, and then you just dip your wand into it and place it on. It's kind of like paint by number. So everywhere where there's a bead had a number underneath it. So you just place the bead where the number was. So S39 is the one Devin is showing you right now. Okay, and then we have a couple of good deals. While he's showing you that, he's got one more journal today. Just because those ones sold out and we just got these in the shipment.
Oh, we got one more?
Anna's not going to let me go out of order. I was going to do a little bit of fabric, a little bit of diamond art, but Anna's like, stay on track. Do not deviate.
They're on the same way.
Okay, S49. It's actually, oh, see here, these are all my leftover beads. So this has been like what everybody's asking about. What do we do with our leftover beads? Because Amy gives us so many. So Amy is going to come out with some blank canvases so that you can do your own designs. So in here you can put your pencils, your threads, any kind of anything, or your M&Ms like Peggy always says. Put your M&M stash in there. So this is what that one looks like that Devin just showed you.
Awesome.
Oh, Sean's addicted. She's on her third diamond art already. Okay. And then let's see what we got. Go a bit higher on the close-up. It's too close. Oh, he says he can't.
It's not bending.
It's oops.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, fix it. Oh, we have a new tripod on order for the close-ups. So this close-up apparently will not let us go up any higher. So,
Diamond.
oh, I cannot move from the diamond arch yet, girls. Okay, so here we have a fun flower, super artsy flower. So all of these diamond arts come in regular standard sizes, so they're really easy to just go buy a frame. You don't have to have them custom framed. And Amy is sending us a tool where, because in here, she says some of them have the big tool. I can't tell. But she's sending us a tool where you'll be able to pick up multiple beads at a time. So S51 is the big flower. And then a lot of you missed this. We've had this several times, but apparently it was all new on Wednesday. So I just want to let you know, in case you haven't gotten it already, here is S52, $35, the button jar. And it finishes at about 16 by 20. Okay, now we're ready to get back to fabric. Anna's going to let us move on. So we have a collection of batiks. We actually are in the middle of inventory. Do you want to show them all the fun batiks while you're texting your girlfriend? Mm-hmm. So S14 is $50. It has how many batiks in it? 5 batiks for $50. So $10 a batik. So $50 for 5 batiks. And it's a 1-yard set. We only have one of these. We have one that's slightly different. So if you want, S14 is the collection we just showed you. S13 is the other half of it. So S13, $50, 5 1-yards. Or if you want both collections, see, this is where I always get myself in trouble, girls. If you want S14 and S13, you can have them both for $80. So that makes them $8 a yard if you want both collections.
But that's all we got.
Well, we've got some other random pieces. This is the end of the collection, so we're just ready. We've got so much new stuff that's come in while we were doing inventory that we haven't even opened out of the boxes. We have no idea what it is. Here's 5 fat quarters. So we have no idea what's in the back room that we haven't opened up and inventoried yet. But we moved in our main room. We moved every single piece of furniture. So everything came off the shelves. All the furniture was reorganized, rearranged. And then now we're in the process of putting it all back on. Because while Gracie was finalizing inventory, we couldn't cut anything, but we could move it. So we have gone a little bit crazy in reorganizing the shop. But it was definitely overdue. We definitely needed it because we bought the building a year and a half ago. So everything's basically been where it is for a year and a half. Okay, and then we have a random leftovers. It's a little bit over 5 yards, but like this is a quarter yard. You got two 1/4 yards, but then everything else is 5/8 of a yard. 1 1/3, 1 3/8. Here's a third of a yard. So it's just random sizes if you're making a scrappy quilt. S15, a little bit over 5 yards for $49.
Or building your stash for when you need to pull out.
Right. It's perfect as a stash builder.
Mary Beatty asked you a question. How does DA hold up if you use the finished product?
Oh, how does diamond art hold up if you use the finished product? Well, Mary Beatty, what are you going to use the finished product for? Once you spray it with the glue,
With the acrylic spray.
yeah, you spray it with an acrylic spray, then it holds up forever.
She throws her mask all over the place.
Oh yeah, look at this. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, my mask literally, see my mask? I throw this all around. Anna made this bookmark. Anna did this bookmark, and then I needed a mask, and I didn't want an ugly mask. So she fixed this one for me because she knows I'm vain. So this gets thrown all over the place, Mary.
Since March.
Since March, and I haven't lost a bead yet. Okay, then we have this fun one. It is S40, $12 a yard, and it actually changes colors. So you go from the purples, blues, greens, yellows, oranges. So S40, $12 a yard. It's called Effervescence, and it's by Robert Kaufman. So you want to show him that?
Oh, that'd be good on that thing that she's doing with the little circle.
Right. Hi there. How are you?
Good.
And then we have S41 for $7 a yard. S42. These are flannels. So if you want to bulk up your flannel collection, this is a good time. This one's by Maywood Studio, and this one's by Marcus Brothers. So S41, $7 a yard. S41, $7 a yard. A little check. And then S42, $7 a yard. And then I thought if you might be interested in doing the 3 1-yard quilts like the kids are doing, and you can still be Team Devin or Team Gracie, we just had to put it on hold for a hot minute till we finished inventory because it's the end of the year and we had no choice. Like all the paperwork, end of year paperwork had to be done. Life gets crazy. So Devin actually pulled his quilt. Well, he says he's done, ladies, but you know you're not really done till the binding's on. So he's got it quilted. He pulled it off the long arm, but he's still got to make some binding. So I thought these would be cute together if you wanted to do from the books you bought last week, the 3 1-yard quilt books. These would be a good collection. So here's S43, $7. It's a pretty purple color.
Kind of mauvey too.
Yeah, kind of purpley mauve. Yeah.
Not really
And then
bright.
S44 is the tan and cream. And then S45, $7 a yard is the plaid purple and tan. And then Penny, I don't know if you're on, but I know that you wanted some bright, fun stuff for spring. So this is a flannel that would be perfect for your daughter's pajamas. S46, $7 a yard. Okay, and then I gotta read this to you girls because it literally just came in the mail. It literally just came in the mail from Gee's. So Monday at noon, we're gonna be interviewing Linda McGehee, who owns Gee's. So she's going to be demoing the Piping Wizard, which Peggy said was an amazing tool. So if you need it before we run out of it, although I'm sure we'll still have them on Monday when you see the demo. But S53 is $26. It's a Piping Wizard template, and it says in the description here, or you can hold that there, it says, the Piping Wizard was designed to make corded piping easier, fast, and accurate. There are grooves for 1/16, 1/8, and a 1/4 inch cord with a 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch seam allowances for each size cord. Simply cut the bias strips slightly wider than you think you need for the appropriate cord. Fold the fabric over the cord and stitch using the pearls and piping foot, cording foot, or double welt foot. Move the needle to the appropriate position for the size cord used and stitch using a longer stitch length. Next, lay the correct groove of the Piping Wizard over the corded piping you just created to trim to either 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. It's that simple to have the perfect seam allowance necessary for the project. So for any of you who did the coloring class with us, you might want to add piping to your pillow. So you can add piping, honestly, to any project, to a tote bag, to a quilt, pretty much you can add piping to anything. So Linda McGehee will be demoing that for us this Monday at noon on our Facebook Live. And then I also look, Anna's trying to take this from me. I also want to tell you that there is Gee's Best Challenge, which we're sponsoring for the Reno Quilt Show. And I don't know if you can get all this info. If you're interested, I know I've posted it before, but I'll take a photo of it and post it on our Facebook page again. But so Gee has a best challenge. You have to embellish the vest, and you have to use her pattern as a general starting place, but then you can tweak it any way you want. You have to use, I think, like 3 or 4 different embellishing techniques. So S54 is the, can you see that up close? That's Gee's vest. So you can make it long, you can make it small. There's going to be a lot of prizes, and it will be displayed at the Reno Quilt Show, which is in our neck of the woods, in June. And then it will go right from the Reno Quilt Show to the American Sewing Guild Show. So it'll be displayed in 2 different places. Okay, so Anna's going to hold up the finished quilt, although we don't have any kits as far as I can tell, but we're still doing, we're still trying to organize from inventory, but I think we're out of kits for this quilt. But I have 2 of these panels left. So the panel that's at the bottom of the quilt is this panel right here. So S56, $19. We only have 2 of these left as far as we know. We could be lying, but not intentionally, because things do fall behind shelves and or get something else stacked on them or whatnot. But as far as we know, we only have 2 of these left. It's called Old Guys Rules, and it's got official expert, seen that, been there, done that, king of the road, all kinds of fun sayings. So if you're in need of a guy quilt, this is a great place to start. S56. And then
for somebody in a car club.
A car club would be perfect. Or if they're an old guy. I'm just saying. S55, we've got kind of a car club theme still going on. So S55, $12 a yard. The checks are also really good for, let me show you an example of where we use those checks. And Mary Beatty, I haven't been upstairs to look to see if I can find any of these kits left. But see how we fussy cut the checks out and put them on this project. So not just for car club kind of guys. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that just gives you an idea of when you could use those. We do have 4 bags of fabric from the Old Guys Rules and Route 66. So Devin, if you can show them these. We don't have anything on the bolt left. So we've got, this is 7 yards that Devin's showing you right now. S58, 7 yards, and it's $66 since it's Route 66. That's the only reason. You're getting a really good deal just because it was such a cute number. Route 66, $66. Route 66, 7 1-yard cuts.
We're actually speaking of the first one you showed.
Well, this one's Old Guys Rules. So 7 1-yard cuts for $66, S58. And if you have any questions, you can always just type them in. We'll try to answer them. Well, if we don't know the answer, we'll make one up. That's what we do. Okay, 7 1-yards, $66. So this is this collection. The next one is basically the same, but so Devin can go a little bit faster. So the 1-yard collections is S66. Then we have, this is mostly half yards. You have a couple of 1-yard cuts, but mostly half yards. But you might have 2 of the same thing in half yards. Like here's another Route 66. It's 2 half yards. So it's a little bit over 6 yards for $66. So the 1-yard cuts was a better deal, I'm just saying. So it's Route 66, $66, S59. And if you don't buy these now, girls, they'll be on next week's sale because it's all we have left. When the collections get this little, we just got to get rid of them. So, a little bit over 6 yards of the Route 66, S59. Some are 1 yards, but they're mostly half yards.
Good for Father's Day.
Perfect for Father's Day. Perfect for any old guy you know. And then we have this random collection, Devin. So this is really the tidbits of it. Although this piece is 1.5 yards, and this piece is 1 yard and 17 inches. And then there's a couple of 3 fat quarters and a half yard. It's over 4 yards for $32. So S60, Old Guys Rules and Route 66. S60, $32. $32. If you girls have any questions about Eleanor's class coming up on Monday, let me know. And then also, S57 is a fat quarter bundle. We only have 2 of them. It's basically the fabrics you just saw in the Old Guys Rules and Route 66 collection. But we only have 2 of them left. It's $30.
Carolyn G wants to know how much is the piping wizard?
$26. So this is 8 fat quarters for $30, but I'm going to change the price to $25. So here we only have 2 of them left. So $25 for the 8 fat quarters of Old Guys Rules. Okay. So if you need some Old Guys Rules, Route 66. And then later this week, this month, I'm not sure where the schedule is. Gracie, can you tell me when is the thread class? So January 25th, 5 to 7, we have a thread class, and Ann Lindenmeyer is putting together some ideas and some different demos that we're going to add to this thread class. If you're interested, the class is free, but you do need to have the book, which is it says $24.95, but it's $19 today. So S74 is the thread book, and then you need this collection of threads because it is, it's got 12 different weight threads so that you can see why and when you would want to use the different weight threads. So it's got a metallic. You will need a metallic needle. So if you don't have those, put it down and we'll get you a pack. And a 90-14 because you're going to want to be able to run the 12 weight threads. So a 90-14 or an 80-12 might work depending on your situation. So the S75 is $29. S74 for the book is $19. The class is free. It's 2 hours. We go over all the different reasons why you would use a 100 weight thread versus a 12 weight thread. If you've already taken our class, you're more than welcome to join us again. Just put it in the comments and we will send you the link. And you might want a thread holder. This is my favorite thread holder. It actually has 2 spindles, so you can run 2 threads. Can you see that? So you could do, and you can run 2 threads through 1 needle. So a lot of times I'll run 2 different shades of gray if I'm trying to cover up a space quickly. So S77 is $14. Wow, the power just went out.
That was not me, I promise.
Oh, we're going to do this in the dark. The whole shop went dark. Whoop, whoop.
No, that light over there's still on.
That's one of the emergency lights I bet.
Yeah. Where's your flashlight on your phone?
That's the sun, Gracie.
No, right there.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
There you go. Give me
Technical.
that, and flash it at your mom this way so
This
she
way.
could. Yes.
Do we need to go do a
Can I just like duct tape that?
do we need to go do
Can
a
you see this, Greta, on your thing? We can't see the panel.
oh, they can see it. Okay, girls, can you see it?
They can see it.
There you go.
We have no
Can you hold
power
this,
in the
Dad?
shop.
Here, I got it.
What if I open the blind?
There, open the blinds.
Otherwise, we might have to just call it a day.
Sherry Kern says the power's out in Minden too.
Oh, it is?
No, the computer's still on, though.
But the computer can go off its battery.
Battery. There you go.
Is that any better?
Okay,
But
girls,
the Wi-Fi can't.
You know what? This light's on.
can you?
That's the emergency.
Yeah, it's an emergency
How
light.
does she look?
She's clear. She's fine.
Okay,
You're
so
fine.
S76, $12 for horses. There's metallic in the fabric. So S76, $12. You need me to get up closer, Roger?
No, they say they can see without the lights.
Okay.
All right.
Do they need the
No.
Okay, and then here is the collection of fabrics we're going to show you. S070. It's got oops, Devin left.
He's cutting fabric. He's working.
He's working, he's cutting fabric for a customer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have quite a few fabrics in this line, and we'll show you the bolts all individually, but some people like to see the collection and then the bolts individually. So this is a fun line. A lot of you might have some of these coordinates that are in here. So S70 is $108. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 1 yards, $108. 9 half yards, $54, and 9 fat quarters, $31.
Not seeing the tag.
I don't know where.
There it is.
Right there. Over some more. Right there.
Okay. Look, I can see Anna and.
Yes, but there and right here.
Oh, I don't know why he doesn't go to.
There we go.
He might not have an option to go
No.
to full screen.
No.
Okay.
All right.
So
Let's go back
then
over
we've
here.
got the S61 is the big horses. I'm going to bring it up to you so you can see it. They're fairly good size. It'd make a great pillowcase or, gosh, you don't want to cut it up too small. I'm just going to say you might not want to cut it up into little triangles in a quilt.
Great wide border.
Right. It'd be a great wide border, or a lot of you got
Turn to
the,
side. No, yeah, like that.
There you go.
a lot of you got the pattern last week for the honor pattern. This would be great in the center of that. So S61 is the,
You can't do that. You could.
if he's paying attention.
You have to put your flashlight on.
S62 is a smaller version of horse heads. S62 is $13 a yard, a smaller version of horse heads. It's a super elegant line of fabric.
Then
S
turn it that way.
There you go.
S62, S62, going once, going twice. And then we have the border print, which would be fun with your 60-degree rulers that you all have. So if you've got somebody who's a horse lover, this would make a great table runner. So S63.
They keep telling you don't need the phone light, but I think you do.
Okay, no phone light. Can
Okay,
you see
girls.
it?
No phone light. This is how it is with no phone light. This is how it is with a phone light. What do you want? Maybe we should see if we could. Sherry, is your power still off?
Yep.
Let us know, because maybe we should go try a breaker or something.
Uh,
Or I think we should just all go out to eat, except for then all the restaurants would be out of power also.
Right.
Maybe we could go.
Maybe we could stand over there and light.
S64. Oh, S6, but they might not be able to make stuff because they can't cut it with their electric knives. S64 is kind of purpley pebbles.
It's all good. We got in and out for us, guys.
Oh,
I'll drive there.
S65 is the glittery turquoise and purple and blue. S65, it's got metallic all throughout it, and it's great for oceans or watery stuff or just really anything. S65 is the metallic-y. This one really reminds me of ocean waves. S66. And a lot of you might have this in your collection
turn it the other way now.
because we have shown it before.
Okay.
S66 is the gold metallics. And if you want to sign up for Eleanor's class, it's called This and That on our website. It's this Tuesday. S67 is $13. And you can go back. I interviewed her, gosh, I don't know, several weeks ago. You can go back and oh, it was right before Christmas. We did an interview and she read The Littlest Angel to us. So you can go back and see if you might enjoy taking a class from her. That's this Tuesday from 5 to 7. So then Monday, I'm interviewing Linda McGehee from Gee's at noon. And then Wednesday, I'm interviewing Lorraine Turner, which is going to be super exciting. She's got a new line of fabric coming out called Migration. This is the same thing as the one
White with the black horses. These have blue and colored horses.
Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah,
Black horses.
black horses, and these are multicolored horses.
Yeah.
But they're the same size. If you're looking for, sorry, I didn't do something.
Flip it the other way.
The other way.
The horses up
Yeah.
there. There you go.
Okay.
You had them on the head.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Although they go both ways. Just saying.
Yeah.
And then we have a great white on white with that collection. They're squares. S69, $13 a yard. S69, $13 a yard. And here's what it looks like up close. Okay, is that it? Oh my gosh, girls, I think that is it. Look at, we're still kind of on time. We tried to go real fast today. We didn't have too many items because we knew we were going to spend a lot of time on our interview with Sophie, which I'm so excited. If you want to sign up for class, you can do it on our website, or you can call us, or you can actually put it in the comments and we'll get you registered and get the kits out to you. So that's kind of what we've been stressing out about all week, is getting all those 7 to 9 inch squares cut of fabric, 30 different fabrics to go in the kits, and then the background canvas cut, and getting all the pattern pieces from the printers. So they are ready to put in the mail. We just have to do it. Like, I don't know why we're sitting around eating bonbons. Okay, any questions, Gracie?
Did you mail my box yet?
Who's?
Emma Resnick.
Emma, I did not mail your box yet. We just finished all of the internationals this morning. So it's going very, very soon. Okay, then we have, what did we do with the giveaways?
Oh, they're over on the chair. They're right behind you, Anna.
All right, we've got goodies and giveaways. So we always do $25 gift certificates as a thank you for sharing our posts. So anytime you share our posts, you can I go through and I kind of check, but a lot of you are on private mode, so it doesn't tell me. It just says that somebody shared, but it doesn't tell me who shared. So if you can always comment in the comments that you shared, and we'll add you to the drawing. So maybe it's just a weird thing out there. Okay, so we've got a bunch of goodies and giveaways. Some of them are not that fabulous. If you know you're never going to do a tote bag and you win a tote bag, you can put in the comments, just give it to somebody else. A lot of them are donated to us, which is kind of exciting, and that's why we can give out so many goodies. Okay, so Greta, can you pick 4 $25 gift certificate winners? What's wrong, Devin? Oh!
Where's your phone?
Devin,
Where's your phone?
It's still on.
What?
It's on a little bit.
Those are the emergency ones, I guess.
Yeah.
We've got emergency.
The fan clicked on a little bit.
Those are emergency lights.
We're still live.
We're still
Oh,
live.
sorry. Devin had to go to the bathroom, but the bathroom was dark and he was
You
scared.
got a
in there.
phone. Use your flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's said by a true mom.
$25.
Okay.
Sue Cobb.
Sue Cobb, $25 gift certificate.
Kathleen Rader.
Kathleen Rader. Whoop, whoop.
25. Fran Harris and Mary Beatty.
Fran Harris and Mary Beatty. Gracie, can you look in the gift certificate binder and in the front envelope? I think there's a gift certificate for somebody. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to say who because I don't want it to say a name and then they get all excited because they have a $100 gift certificate and it not be them. But somebody who's on this live right now has a friend that loves them and came in and bought them a $100 gift certificate and then just left it with us like we're responsible so that we could put it towards your next purchase. So you might want to rewatch this live. You can rewatch this live all weekend because after this, we're exhausted. We go home. And we might or might not come in and work on the weekend because the shop's closed. And we probably won't come in because we have to go do a celebration of life tomorrow. So don't think that your order is going to go out on Monday morning because it takes us days or sometimes longer to get everything cut and invoiced and shipped. It's not that easy. Like a lot of days, it's just me doing invoicing and shipping and running the shop, and Roger's in the back doing inventory, and the kids are at school. So,
School.
Yeah, the kids love it when there's a school day. Okay, who?
It depends. Kathleen, are you still Team Devin?
Oh, Kathleen, are you Team Devin or Team Gracie? I would really think about this right now.
I mean, I did say it would come back and get you in the future.
Wow, she's evil and
She
evil.
is.
Do you remember when you were 15 and a teenager and moody and
I'm not
trying
moody.
to find yourself?
I'm not moody.
Okay, who is it?
Kathleen, if she's nice.
Kathleen Rader, your
Very nice.
friend, the friend that brought you into the shop. She came in and got you a $100 gift certificate for Christmas. I'm pretty sure it's $100, isn't it?
Both.
Is it?
She's both.
Is it? So Gracie still has to quilt her quilt. It's loaded on the long arm, and I can't do any of my quilting for customers until she gets it done.
Look a check.
$100 gift certificate. Kathleen Rader, your friend loves you. It's from Alyssa.
Mary
Okay.
Beatty says, Gracie, I love evil.
I know.
Yeah, that's why you're
Everybody
Team
would.
Gracie. You know, this would easily go in the shredder.
Oh.
I'm joking.
I'll put it back in the
Okay, so let's see.
I don't know why people got me a shredder.
Okay, love you girls. Did you know what? Okay, so now Gracie, scroll and tell us who the winners are. So when you comment, every
No
comment you put,
favoritism, Grace.
every comment you put in gives us.
Very neat. Wait, am I doing it from like the bottom or where my
I always
finger
go
lays?
up and then down.
Okay,
Wherever
like
the
this?
bottom one.
Wherever okay.
Yeet. Whoa, whoa. We've got gnomes kicking around.
Diana Hensley.
Diana Hensley, you've got Glorious Patchwork by Kate Fassett with Lucy Pryor. All right, that's going in your box. So just so you know, if you're new to watching this, anytime you comment, you get put into the drawing. But I'm going to tell you, we don't pay for shipping to mail you freebies. So we put them in your bag or your, in your box that we ship to you.
Mary Beatty.
Mary Beatty.
Well, that's her lucky day.
Yeah.
It's always Mary
I didn't
Beatty's.
cheat this time, guys.
It's always Mary Beatty's lucky day. I think it's the luck of the Irish.
Maybe because she has a lot of comments.
That's true, because she comments a lot. I bet, yes. Hey, don't be commenting on stupid stuff just so you can get entered into the drawing.
Joanne Garber.
Joanne, look, you won Freddie's house from Freddie Moran. So you'll love it. It's a super good coffee table book. Welcome, Joanne. How are you and Clark doing?
Oh, why did you take me to the bottle?
Joanne, guess who was here? Kim Gilliland. She just bought a house. She's building a house right down the street from us.
Do I do another?
Okay, yep, I've got a novel.
Christy Lee.
Christy Lee, you've won Quilt Trip by Elizabeth Craig. And this is compliments of Lynn Jenkins. Kathleen Rader, you're a winner of a half-yard
See,
batik.
that's how you know I'm not cheating. Cindy Gaga.
Wait, Cindy Gygax, you are the winner of a tote bag. Tote bag pattern. Cindy Gygax. So, ladies, clean out your sewing rooms and bring us anything that you don't want, because your trash is somebody else's treasures or something. Okay.
Emma Resnick said, Beth, you're going to add one black of the 50 weight, correct?
I made a note.
Yes, if you want me to, yes. Okay. 2021 calendar lighthouses. Anybody interested in this, you can have it for free. It's a 12 months for 2020. Different lighthouses might inspire you to do a lighthouse quilt. Wouldn't that be fun with ocean waves and things? Lighthouse 2021. Not a pocket calendar, but close to a pocket calendar.
Who wants it?
Who wants it? Okay, if you want it, just comment and you can have it. Okay, then we have a stitchery here, a quilling kit. Oh, this is what that quilling paper
Cindy
was for.
Gygax for the Lighthouse.
Okay, Cindy Gygax. Here, I'm going to say this quilling kit goes to Mary Mins because she was the only one interested in the quilling paper. But look at, girls. It makes a super cute, I don't know if you can see it, a super cute little hen and root hen. See how cute that is with the quilling paper? I don't know. I don't know what quilling is, but it looks like it might be a fun craft. Maybe after we're bored of diamond art, we can move to quilling. Okay, I'm going to give this to Mary Mins because she was the only one that took that other quilling stuff. Okay, I need another winner. This is a cross stitch printed, and it says a true friend loves you anyway. That's a good one. Who is it?
It landed on Sue, but I was asking if we already.
Sue Cobb, you get a true friend loves you anyway. And then we've got a little stitchery kit. My mom cleaned out her attic, so she brought us a ton of stuff. Look, it's from Craft Mart. Do you remember when Craft Mart was a thing? And it's got a little sheep, and it says "Merry Christmas to you." Okay.
It keeps landing on the same people. Is that okay?
Well, because they commented a lot.
Kathleen
Rader. How many things has Kathleen won?
A lot.
No, she only won once.
Once and she got
Okay.
a gift certificate.
Okay, Kathleen, you've won twice. Okay, no more Kathleen. Connie Wiggins, you've got a candle wicking antique bluebird. Connie Wiggins. I know someday we'll get like a really good raffle system kind of a thing.
I think this is working good.
But-
I like that.
Okay, Greta says this is working just fine.
It's working
Okay,
good.
I've got, from Kmart, back in the day when it was $2.17. It's a cross stitch, and it says, children are life's sweetest blessings, a loving gift from heaven above.
Sherry Kern.
Goes to Sherry Kern. Okay, the next one is from, For Barbara Birmingham, it says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Barbara Birmingham.
That's one of my favorites.
Okay, the next one goes to Mary Beatty.
On her comment of wow.
Oh, Mary knows how to work it. Look, it was from Mervin's. I didn't even know Mervin sold stitchery. Look, it's a cute little basket, like a Navajo base with a flower. I don't know that it's a flower or maybe like a weed. Okay, that goes to Mary Beatty.
Yeah.
And then I've got a duck or goose. Geese? Oh, it's called the geese. Here, I didn't write on it yet. We got to write on it. Otherwise, we'll never remember who wins this stuff.
I couldn't.
Okay, so then we've got the geese. It's a Trapunto stitchery, I believe. Katie Bandhauer. Oh my gosh, Katie, I think you won on a Wild Wednesday the other day. Did you girls see Wild Wednesday last week? So if you're new to us, we also host every other week Wild Wednesday Live for the Quilt Craft Show Expo. And because there's no shows going on right now, we've had to be kind of creative and figure out what else we can do because we still have to stay in business. So we're interviewing vendors. So typically you have 4 different demos on different crafts, different techniques. I did applique one time. Last week we had the silversmith lady that makes the thimbles, and Mary Beatty won something from that. This week, I think Cindy Gygax won. Carolyn Gavrinich won something. And so out of the 5 winners, 3 of them were our people.
Cool.
So that was pretty exciting when I saw that. So you guys will have to post on the Fabric Chick Stitch Along what you actually won, because we have to live vicariously from you. So
The mailman's here.
oh, there's a bunch in my front seat. Don't worry about it. I'll take it to the post office later.
The ones in my hand?
No, the post office.
No, the ones that are in my front seat, because I have to ask them. I've got something going to England, and I need to make sure it's posted correctly. Okay, so we also have, if you're new to us, we have on our Facebook page, there is a Fabric Chick Stitch Along. So if you want to join that, that's just where we kind of, because our Facebook page is open to the whole world, this Fabric Chick Stitch Along is basically we know it's just us, so we're not going to get any weird, crazy things happening on it. And it's where the ladies post their projects, or they post their projects. Okay. Oh, Gracie, pick another winner. But Katie doesn't want it. Okay, one more winner.
My computer's broken.
So the Fabric Chick Stitch Along is where we post like the link to the Zooms. Mary Beatty, how many did she win already?
I think that.
2.
She already won 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pick somebody else.
Good job.
Mary Beatty.
Pick somebody else, Mary. It's all Mary's like evil emojis.
Gygax and Mary Beatty.
Cindy Gygax, did you get anything yet, Cindy? I think you didn't. I think it's Cindy.
She did.
She did, right here.
Oh.
2 of them.
Oh,
She's
my
got
God.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pick another one. Sorry, girls.
Kathleen? Nope. Nope.
Gracie's got issues over there. Let me know when you find somebody.
Someone else comment, please.
They're all comment. That's who everybody's commented.
So the
Mary
fabric.
Nens. How many does she have?
Mary only had 1, and it's only because I gave it to her. She might not even have wanted more quilling stuff. Okay, so on Sundays we do a Zoom. It's a free thing to you. It's just mostly a socializing. We do it from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. our time, and it's basically just because everybody's in isolation. It's a social hour or 4. And you can work on your own projects. Sometimes we have members who volunteer to demo something. We usually try to do show and tell so we can see what each other's working on. And if you have any tips or tricks on how to do something, I always learn something. So that's every Sunday. If you want to join, we do post it on the Fabric Chick Stitch Along. But if you don't want to join the Fabric Chick Stitch Along, you can send us an email and we'll add you to the link. So that's all we have, girls. Do we have any comments that we need to address before we leave? If you have any questions, let us know. Oh, Carolyn won templates from Linda Winter.
Nice.
Okay, girls. So that's all we have for today. We're gonna go because we got a lot of stuff to do. But we will see you on Sunday at the Zoom or on Monday at noon with Linda McGehee. All right, thank you. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That's what I tell the kids. And they always say that I can do anything. I don't think your dad's hit end yet.
Oh, there it is.
Every week we go through this.